Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? We're in the building. My name is Johnny Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny Johnny. And we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a second. Let all your friends know that we are on the air. Make sure y'all tap in, make sure y'all tell somebody, make sure y'all share it. This live. And we're going to go ahead and go in. How's everybody feeling today? That's what's up. That's what's up. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes, y'all. We got a good topic to talk about today, and we want to involve everybody in this topic because we are about to have a brand new president here in about less than a month. So it's time for me to definitely jump in and talk about this, discuss it, see if we can get some of y'all feedback on this topic right here. So I appreciate everybody who's tapping in. Please be a part of it. And we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a second, y'all. Once again, this is Live with Johnny Johnny. Johnny Johnny on the spot. Y'all know how we do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for watching. This is Live with Johnny Johnny. Let's go. All right, y'all. We are back in action. How's everybody doing this evening? It is Monday. Y'all, we have less than 30 days into the election. So things are moving fast at a fast pace. And like I said, y'all, before, we're going to know who our next president is going to be here shortly. So, talking about that, the question I'm asking today is there going to be a civil war? Now, a lot of you guys have not been paying attention to the election and kind of stuff that's been going on. Definitely uh, the rhetoric and things like that. For whatever reason, it seems like a lot of people have really dropped out of this race. Maybe because they have fatigue as far as the last race went and how everything went down. All the quote unquote violence, the January 6th insurrection. So a lot of stuff happened last presidential election. And we had Biden as the winner of the last election. So one of the big conflicts is right now between Republicans and Democrats. There are a lot of Republicans who are not really admitting that Biden won the election. And we've seen this front and center on the last vice presidential debate. And probably the presidential debate too. I'm sure Trump said it somewhere in there, something about the election, because in his mind, or when he's telling people that he didn't lose the last election. Now, I don't know how old you are, but I never remembered a president who came out and said that I won. And no matter what evidence they had, no matter how much they took it to court, still felt like they won the election. And so you got half of America thinking that Biden won the election, and half of America thinking that Trump won the election. So that's where a lot of conflict comes in. To just to start off with, a lot of people feel like it was a conspiracy that a president was placed in there and Trump was taken out. Now, whether you believe that or not, it's rampant in the news, and a lot of people are talking about it. The scary thing about it that I see is a lot of like Republicans, and you've seen in January 6th, are willing to, because they felt like they lost the election, they're willing to go to war. Let's just be frank about it. A lot of people are willing to go to war. A lot of people are like, fuck it, we didn't cheated. If you ever been in like a game and you felt like you was cheated, you're gonna kind of catch feelings. Imagine a sports fanatic losing the game and felt like they were cheated, felt like the referees were cheating. What you're gonna have is people really riled up and people angry and upset. And it's like that's what you have right now with the election. It's like you got two football fans and they're kind of at each other, feeling that one won, one was fairly untreated. And then you have a player from the team, which is Donald Trump, and really feel like he's going out telling his followers, his fans, his fanatics, like I really did win. I was cheated. In fact, I was cheated so much, and the Democrats cheated so much that they're going to try to cheat this election. And we all seen what happened with January 6th and the violence that happened and what went down. So just imagine those people had 4 years to simmer and think that they were cheated. And then we have the next election and Trump doesn't win. Like the tension is up here. The tension is on a 10. So I can only imagine how those people are feeling and what they're willing to do if Trump loses again. And right now it's looking like Kamala Harris is really gaining ground on this election. You look at all the polls, she's gaining ground. She's doing things that Biden couldn't even do. She's bringing back the passion that Obama had. I honestly think that Biden was elected president not because he was likable, not because he was who we felt like was going to be the best president. It's just the other option that we had, and people were just tired of going with Trump. They were tired of the rhetoric. They were tired of racism that sometimes peaked out. They were tired of all of that. So they were willing to go with somebody to try something out different other than Donald Trump. And I think that's why Joe Biden was elected president. Not that he's saying he shouldn't be, because he's been a damn good president, if you ask me. Fixing a lot of shit that was about to fall and crash and burn. See, a lot of people don't understand that. The pandemic was finna take America out as far as our economic strength. Biden came in and fixed all of that. No, he didn't make it to where it was before. No, he didn't make it perfect, but he helped. He prevented us from going into a tailspin as a country. That's what people need to understand. Yes, food prices are high, but they should be higher because the economy should be wrecked. So there was things that he was able to do that if not him and Kamala Harris did, then this economy would be in shambles. Not saying that they was perfect, not saying they did everything right, not saying that people agree with everything they did, but they helped stabilize the economy. It's unfortunate that people only get 4 years to a presidency because there's only so much you can do in 4 years. Don't let people fool you and be like, well, they didn't do what they're supposed to do in 3.5 years. It's almost impossible to turn a whole country around in 3 years. That's impossible. So you have to give them time. Not only give them time, but you have to make sure that the same party is running the House and the Senate in order to get things passed nowadays. If they're not running the House and Senate, they can't get nothing passed. So even though they were president and vice president, it's still hard to get things passed if you are not on the same page. And right now, Republicans are not playing by the rules. They're not, even with Obama, it came out that they weren't trying to pass nothing Obama did. Obamacare, I don't think not one single Republican really voted on Obamacare. So those are things that we have to take a look at. Now, like I said, as far as the rhetoric building up, y'all, it's getting crazy. Some of these Trump rallies be really crazy. And I got a video I want y'all to take a look at. Check this out, y'all. Because some of y'all have never seen like a Trump rally and what goes on at a Trump rally. But this particular Trump rally, he calls President Harris stupid, He calls her handicapped. He calls her low. Yeah, this is crazy. This is not how we, especially a black woman. I don't care what you feel like she did or she didn't do, but me being a black man, yo, you gotta have some respect. If I'm a black man and I have respect for black women, you as a white man should have respect for black women as well. You can debate somebody, you can be against somebody, but this right here is gonna beget violence. This right here, not just with Kamala Harris, but for all people of color. So let's take a look at it and y'all tell me what y'all think. We're going to be right back. Take a look at this.
Former President Donald Trump spent the weekend campaigning in several key battleground states and used extreme and dark rhetoric to attack his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris.
He really is.
Double down,
we're watching
if it's possible.
Well, I think it's a meltdown. I don't even think you call it double down. When I mean, well, I'll let you say what we can play the clips, but again, even Republicans are attacking him, and as Jonathan Lemire said, quietly, they're getting really worried right now.
So he reiterated his pledge to go after people who cheat in the election. He said one violent day of policing will end crime in America, and continued to push misinformation about Haitian immigrants in Springfield.
And that's the crazy part, y'all. Former President Trump talked about having violence for one day, like maybe like a purge, if you will. They have a purge one day to teach young kids who's stealing. Just have the police be rough on them, just rough them up, just beat them up, whatever. Even probably personal murder. Just one day. This is not peaceful talk. Now you may say, well, yeah, some of they deserve that, but it could be your nephew, it could be your niece. Not saying that they out of control, but how many of us as black people have stole something when we were younger? So you mean to tell me that if my kid makes a mistake and do something that I did, instead of them bringing them to me so I can discipline them, so them making them aware that what they did was wrong so I can discipline them, then Trump is basically saying it's okay to go ahead and kill him, murder, or rough him up, beat his ass, and send him home bloodied up. That's crazy. Let's take a listen.
Ohio, in addition to some very odd tangents, I guess more of the weave. Take a look.
Kamala is mentally impaired. If a Republican did what she did, if a Republican did what she did, that Republican would be impeached and removed from office, and rightfully so, for high crimes and misdemeanors. Joe Biden became mentally impaired. Kamala was born that way. She was born that way. And if you think about it, only a mentally disabled person could have allowed this to happen to our country. Anybody would know this. There's something wrong with Kamala, and I just don't know what it is, but there is definitely something missing. And you know what? Everybody knows it. She's a stupid person. Stupid person. I don't care. I don't care. If they didn't cheat, I wouldn't even be here today. You know why? I wouldn't have to campaign. I'm here only because they cheat, and they cheat in this state, especially in Philadelphia, and I'll mention a couple other areas, but for the most part, but Philadelphia is out of control. Detroit is out of control. Atlanta is out of control. Places are out of control, out of control.
All black cities are out of control. All major black cities are out of control. That's what he's saying.
Because if there was no cheating, if God came down from a high and said, I am going to be your vote tabulator for this election, I would leave this podium right now because I wouldn't have to speak. We wouldn't have any problem. We have to have a landslide because they cheat so damn much. If we win and when we win, we're going to prosecute people that cheat on this election.
If we win, first said if we win, and then he came back and said when we win. So he's just basically saying that if we don't win, they cheated. So you don't really get no other options. It's either he wins or it's been cheated on. And he's setting the stage right now for what could be considered a civil war. We're doing the same thing again. We're doing the same thing at January 6th, basically. We're setting it up. We're setting January 6th up, but bigger.
And if we can, we'll go back to the last one, too, if we're allowed. But we're going to prosecute people, so at least they know that's going to happen. You know, these are smart people. They're not so stupid, but they have to be taught. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge, Congressman Kelly, put him in charge for one day. Mike, would you say, he's right here, he's a great congressman. Would you say, Mike, that if you were in charge, you would say, oh, please, don't touch them. Don't touch them. Let them rob your store. All these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent. The city doesn't have money. It's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out, and it will end immediately.
So what do you think he meant by one rough hour? Like, what do y'all think he mean? Like, if you come in contact with your son, your daughter, niece, nephew, uncle, one rough day or one rough hour, even us for even messing up. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thought. And some people who are unstable may look at that and be like, yeah, he right. Yeah, we do need a purge. This is the thing y'all have to think about. Let's take a listen to the rest of it.
End immediately. You know, it'll end immediately. The majority of the school cannot speak English. In Ohio, Springfield, they can't speak English. They're taking over the schools. There's nobody that can speak English. And the mayor's looking for interpreters. Isn't that wonderful? How can this happen? Remember, there's a hat that's made that sells like crazy. Oh, there's a fly. Oh, I wonder where the fly came from. See, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had a fly up here. You're changing rapidly, but we can't take it any longer.
I'm not really sure what he meant by like 2 years ago the fly wouldn't be there, but he did blame it on Kamala Harris. The fly was even there. I mean, this type of rhetoric, y'all, this is the unusual presidential debate. I mean, I want to hear people talk about policies, what they're going to do for us, how they're going to make America better. And not just say make America great again, because honestly, you sit back and think, like, when was America great? When was it great for us? You know what I'm saying? So I want somebody who's looking for the future. And I'm saying that it's not Trump, but I think we need to see that opposed to looking at the past. And a lot of people say, well, a lot of Republicans say we need to look for the future and stop worrying about the past. But this whole presidential campaign is talking about make America great again. So y'all looking for ideas of the past to bring to the forefront. So it really doesn't make any sense. And I just want to point that out. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. If you got any comments, questions, suggestions, make sure y'all leave your comments in the comment section, because I can take a look at them and come back and respond at a later time. But we're going to get out of here, and I want to thank y'all for watching. This is Johnny Live, and my name is Johnny. Thank y'all for watching, and we out. Peace.